You know, like lately I've been trying to spend more time with my own thoughts and I'm okay at it. And I have like a few things that I do that a few places that I try to keep sacred just for my own thoughts.
Hmm.
And one of them is when I'm walking. So if I'm walking anywhere, I try not to be listening to headphones too much. I try to just
Yeah.
have my phone in my bag
Hmm.
and just be like, okay, now you're just walking and thinking. And I think that's kind of like a good way of for me to almost like moving meditation, you know.
Hmm.
And then another place is when I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
So I do like strength training in the mornings or things like that. And then I kind of look around and I've fallen into this trap as well where you might do a, you know, like bench press for like, I don't know, like 60 seconds. And then you spend another 5 minutes just scrolling on your phone.
Yeah.
And then I go, you know what? That 5 minutes could be time that I could just spend, you know what I mean? Like letting my thoughts come to me or being a little bit
Hmm.
more present. And it's actually really kind of like, you know, I just now have like an extra bonus, like 2 hours a day where
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I'm doing things and I'm moving, but I'm still just letting the thoughts come.
Hmm.
And I, you know, I probably could get more, but I get that. And I like having that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. That's. I also think it's like for me. Yeah. This was only like also a thing that I kind of saw in myself when I was in this ashram place. Like it were like all of these habits that I have, like being on the phone as well and stuff like that, and all the bad habits. Like I have this inner kind of war with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like, oh, you're now on the phone for you're not your attention is always going there and the easy entertainment, and I get this inner kind of fight with it. So it's also something about just allowing it to be, and to just like if you like have it messy at home and you go like, oh fuck, what the fuck are you doing? I'm so messy, and I'm just like then you have this inner war with this bad habit, and it should just be allowed, like to be that. Then you won't have this inner resistance to it, and then it will kind of like, then you will be more at peace in your own kind of inner space.
Okay. So the inner space, the having peace at the inner space might be more important than catching yourself doing something that you're not proud of.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you should okay, maybe you should allow yourself to if you're still doing it, but you hate that you do it, you get double bad.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So you should, if you're doing it, you should allow yourself, and then you will at least take away the inner resistance against it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that makes sense, man. I struggle with so many things. Like I do things and then I catch myself doing them and I'm like, oh, fuck, you shouldn't have done that. Like, oh, no, you're doing that again.
Me too.
Yeah. I studied philosophy at university.
Yeah.
And there was this like thought experiment called a pleasure machine. And it was it's basically like if you could plug your brain into a machine that just gave you pleasure all the time, is that something that you should do if you wanted to live a good life?
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people were like, no, because even though you're just getting pleasure, that's not really living a good, actual flourishing, like productive, good life.
Yeah.
And I think of myself when I'm doing things like, fuck, I should go to bed, but I'm gonna do one more mission when I'm gaming, or let me just watch one more episode.
Yeah.
And then I think of that like thought experiment. I go, you know what? I am enjoying this, but I don't know whether it's contributing to me doing something that's like leading towards something that I'd be proud of in the long term. And then I go, fuck, man, you shouldn't go to bed.
Yeah.
But it's not easy being a person, man.
No, it's really hard.
That shit's hard.
Yeah, and yeah, all this kind of there's a lot of things pulling all the time, and like what you should do and what you don't want to do, and it creates a lot of like this the dissonance inside. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder as well because there's so many ideologies as well. Do you know what I mean? Like so many
Yeah.
different like
Yeah.
pressures from society and like religions or like the way your parents think that you should do like forms this program in your head.
Yeah.
And you know, you get pulled in like multiple directions.
Mm.
But I feel like I'm kind of like lucky that I don't have a lot of gravity from different institutions. Like I'm not like a very religious person that like you have to do this. Or,
Yeah.
I don't feel like my mom has a strong like you should be. But even then, without those things, it's still tough. But I couldn't imagine how difficult it would be. Like say if you had a religion or a thought process that went against who you were. Like let's say you were like, you know, like you were gay and your religion said that was forbidden. Like that shit must fucking be like torture.
Yeah, I grew up in this kind of conservative Christian community thing, and I don't think maybe like the institution of the conservative Christian society, it's kind of poisonous for a child.
Yeah.
Like if you get all into the sin and the shame and you should do this and then you get kind of like it's kind of suppressing of feelings and stuff like that. So I don't think it's healthy for a child to grow up in like this institutional religious thing.
Dude, it's fucked.
It's fucked.
It's fucked.
Yeah,
I went to a Catholic school like that because
yeah.
in Australia it was like you either went to the state schools and that was like where like the shit teachers went. It was kind of poor and all that sort of stuff. Or you paid a little bit of money and you went to the Catholic private schools.
Okay.
So all the parents that could scrape together enough cash, you know, put their kids through the private schools. But then with that, we also got this very heavy Catholic indoctrination.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
my teachers and head mistresses were priests and nuns.
Yeah.
And like they went really hardcore with the religious shit, putting like these thoughts into little kids' heads.
Yeah.
But I knew it was bullshit, man. Do you know what I mean? Because they were unhappy and they were mean too.
Yeah.
Like they would beat the fuck out of us. Like,
Okay.
They would hit us.
Oh, wow.
They were talking about God and love, and then I got this bitch fucking smacking my hands with a cane.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know if this is like legit.
No.
Like, why the fuck are you doing? Why are you hitting a little kid?
Yeah, it's you should just like be a kid, and this is all too serious.
It's all too serious.
And like being like in a heaven and hell and stuff like that. It's like, oh fuck, so I can go to hell
For eternity.
For eternity,
You
and
fucking
Yeah,
fuck that.
you know.
Dude, so that you got exposed to all that heaven and hell shit?
I think so. Yeah. It was kind of. They probably didn't. Yeah, in early age. Yeah, you knew about all that stuff, and you had to be a good person, and be a good person also. Like, if you're trying all your life to be, you will kind of skip all the bad emotions, all the kind of you're not going to hate someone. You're not allowed to, or kind of like that is like there's no room for that in religion. But that's a natural feeling from our instincts, and it's if you suppress it, you will become you will be this half of your emotional spectrum, and this will be suppressed. So
Whenever you suppress something, it always comes back twice as strong.
Yeah.
Right? That's like the whole priests not being able to have sex and they end up doing all this weird shit.
Yeah.
It's like if they could just get married, have a normal life. Because when you get an ideology that contradicts human nature, then you have a mismatch within the individual.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I'm evolved to want to have sex. Like sex feels good because evolution planned that. And now I have this way of living that's like, no, you can't have sex.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, what am I going to do? And then you have to have sex in private with somebody that's, you know what I mean? That's It gets fucking squirrely, bro.
Yeah. It's like you have this kind of truth that we are in evolution, like we're developed in evolution. And our most kind of natural feature is to spread our genes and to have sex and enjoy that, and then you get this religion, this human created thing, that is like saying this the evolution doesn't exist, and it makes like unnatural rules for life.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like we are made from a god, and it doesn't like cooperate with the human instincts.